What is going on, guys? This is MrAeroHD here. We are back again with another Ask Aero. Back in the old setup with the old DSLR and the couch and everything. No more webcam. I just finally decided to pull the DSLR out and see what was what. Alright, so this week won't be a long video. So for those who are watching this and don't like this video, fuck it. For those who don't have a lot of time or whatever, it will be quick. Hopefully. I don't really have lots to say on this topic, but a fan of mine wanted me to do it. So the topic of this week is U.S. drifting and U.S. drifting as a whole. So as we know, D1GP kind of introduced drifting like it existed in the U.S. And I'm going to clump Canada into this as well, because it's basically the same thing. So drifting existed in the U.S. and but D1GP, as far as I know, was like the first big scale event. It was the first big scale event, and that's right about when I started getting into it. So I'm like, oh man, there's stuff happening in North America and whatever. And I figured, it was all the same. The cars kind of didn't look as flashy, and at the time that was a big off-putting thing for me. So I kind of just YouTube followed I kind of YouTube followed D1GP instead. But after a while, it's kind of inevitable for some big drifting fan in North America to not watch Formula D. So I started getting into Formula D heavily about 4 years ago, I think, about watching every round type thing, 3-4 years ago. To the point I am now where I'm watching every round, to the point where I want to do a podcast on it. Shit, I probably shouldn't have said that, but so I'm not a super fan. I love drifting, don't get me wrong, that is my thing. And I do love American drifting, but I'm not like goes to every event, follows every little rule. I don't know every nook and cranny of Formula Drift and DMCC and XDC and everything like that. So I guess we'll start off with what I think is an issue, and like I've made a video on it, is the judging in Formula D right now is just out of fucking control, man. Again, Texas is in a week or two, so maybe the Texas round won't be so bad. But definitely, in the past couple rounds, a lot of guys have been getting screwed over. Marc-Alondre Ville at Seattle. I think it was Seattle. Was that Seattle or Wall? He got fucked over hard, man. Hard. The poor guy. If you want to go watch the video, it's on my channel somewhere. I never say I'm gonna link anything because I never always do, and I never end up doing it. So search up like Marc-Alondre Ville on my channel, and you'll find it, like MARC, whatever. I think it's more about who's got the most money now than who's actually the better drifter. If any sort of sport that gets sponsors and money into it, eventually that's what's gonna happen. Unfortunately, you see these big teams with lots of money in their cars, like 200,000, 300,000, if not more, into development into their car, and parts and tires and everything. It's very rare that you see a guy with a very low budget and a Corolla and a come-up thing there. Could probably is just as good as everyone else, but he lacks the power and lacks the budget to really keep up with everybody, and I think that sucks. And I'm gonna get to grassroots in a minute, but in terms of competitive drifting, it really is just really hard for the little guy now to get in there and stick his nose in and make a name for himself. Fortunately, we have people like Danny George who have found money through other means. We crowdsourced, and us as fans had supported him. We all stayed positive, and we got Danny to run a whole year of drifting, and he's doing all right. You know what I mean? Danny was never a top 4 guy. As much as I love the dude, he was never a super pull 100 qualify and runs guy, and his equipment, his car choice, oh my god, my finger hurts. His car choice was definitely letting him down, but he's still fighting through that. So there is proof that a privateer, somebody without a big budget like ASD and Falcon and stuff like that, can run a successful program. However, I think where the best drifting lies, from what I can see from videos, from stuff like the Keep Drifting Fun video, from things from my friends at OMG Drift, the best drifting lies at the grassroots events. For Club Loose, for example, I have a friend named Mike who takes pictures for OMG Drift. If you guys don't know who he is, just go check out omgdrift.com. No, it's not a sponsor, I just genuinely like the guys. But you know, he goes out to Club Loose events all the time in New Jersey, and it looks like a hella good time. You know what I mean? They're just hooting it up, having fun, and it's all about the camaraderie there. And I feel like I've mentioned this, I touched on this in a karting video I did, that the club level is the most fun that you can have. You know, everyone strives to be in this competitive scene because it's you know, you start getting paid, and you get paid to do what you love to do. But on the same hand, when you're just at the club level, there's still a kind of sense of competitiveness. That's with karting, but with drifting, it's like a big skateboard jam session. You know what I mean? Like everyone just brings their cars out, run what they brung, run alone, run in tandems. Everyone bumps into each other, laughs it up, has a great good time. And then in cases like, you know, East Coast Bash and stuff like that, they all have bonfires afterward, all get drunk and cause shenanigans and shit. And I think that is the scene, the American drift scene. Like if a guy from Japan came over and wanted to get into drifting here in North America, I believe that we should bring him to stuff like Club Loose and those really super open and friendly events. You know, just, and again, I've never been. I really want to go. I wanted to go to All-Star Bash, but there's no way of me being able to get in there on my own, out of my own pocket. So I also want to go to Irwindale for FD, but maybe not in the next 2 years. I have to save up for school. I don't really have a choice unless somebody out there is gracious enough to pay for a plane ticket and for me a place to stay and for me to get around, for tickets to the event and somehow to get into the event even though it's sold out. Just cough here. Anyway, guys, that's what I think about U.S. drifting. I think that there's good sides and bad sides to it, and you just have to know where to look. So please leave some topics in the description below, and make sure I can make a 5 to 10 minute video about them. Please don't make them Forza related. I will not sit here and make an Ask Aero about Forza stuff. It's all been answered, it's all been done, and those have not been answered will be answered as soon as Forza 5 comes out and start making videos about that. So thank you very much, guys. Remember to stay positive, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.